sipping, I'm 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 sipping.
Sipping, I'm 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 sipping.
Started there.
Sipping, I'm 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 sipping.
This is Sipping with Sammie. I am Mr. Fly Shit, only the one and only Sipping with Sammie. Sam Malone, Barstool, Rug. If you ain't sipping with Sammie, you ain't sipping right. Please get your fucking life together.
Yup! Happy hour, happy Thursday. All of that flyness, man. Like, comment, subscribe, share. Tell somebody that we here. They should be here. Doing fly-ish as usual. I appreciate that. Today is another goodie. And whether it's due to my schedule or others, y'all gonna hear me say quite often that I've been waiting quite a while to do this episode with this person. This one is just as exciting as any other time I said that. Because one thing for sure, two things for certain, when I say that about people, like I said, it's schedule-based. That means that they working. It means they in motion. It means that they doing their own thing. But today I got my guy Prophet in here. Let's make some noise for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Somebody that just from the first time I was in your presence and we had any interaction, it was love.
Absolutely.
It was absolutely love. And then we had multiple people in common. We wound up in the same situation. We done traveled out of state together and all that together. And it was like, at one point of the trip, it was like, it was just me and you. Shout out to Jersey. But what's up with you, man? How you feel?
I'm chilling, man. Yo, thanks for having me.
Nah, man, glad to have you here, man. Glad you could be here.
Yep.
Now, you sent me a link. Let's toast, even though you got the water.
Salud. Mm-hmm. I'll catch up to you in a minute. I got you.
Nah, you good. Sent me a link to something that I thought was real interesting. What's their name? L1N1? Is that
my
it?
man, my partner in crime, really. L1 the philosopher.
Okay.
I call him, but it's L1NK215 on Instagram and YouTube.
Get with that, because what he's doing is dope.
Yeah.
I see the vision. Like, I see what he pulling up, because it's a series of day in the life joints.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's ill.
Yeah. So he just dropped a couple of them. So he's got this idea where he's following artists from all across the board, in the poetry world, the hip hop world, battle rap world. Well, he'll follow you for a period of time leading up to the event, and then he creates like this documentary type.
I think it's fly, yo.
Yeah. I, once he told me about it, I was down. That's my man anyway. So like we kind of bounce ideas off each other anyway. What I like about him is he's a worker. You know what I'm saying? Not just an idea guy.
Talk that shit.
He puts forth the effort behind the idea.
Absolutely.
I fuck with it.
And it's not a half idea. It's a whole situation. He know what he want to do, and he gonna figure out some more shit while y'all in the motion.
Y'all gotta watch it. It's on L1 Poetry on YouTube. So he has multiple channels, but L1 Poetry is the main channel. Those two series. It's called The Feature and it's called The Journey.
I like it, yo.
Yeah.
And I thought it was dope because, one, you have a great personality. Like, you're an outgoing dude, and you don't take yourself too serious. And in battle rap specifically, it's hard to find motherfuckers that don't take themselves too serious. That's not at the top of the shit. And even some of them is too, like, sensitive. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's a fine line, though, because I take the bars serious.
Yeah.
Right? So when you jump on stage and you got to deliver a performance,
yeah.
that you take serious, but all the extra...
You just a human.
Yeah.
You just try to live and enjoy yourself, and you done ran a hell of a race, so now we going to enjoy what we doing.
Absolutely.
No, I like that, because, like, it comes across well in the clips that he chose, or the segments that he chose to put in to the situation. One question I had. Okay. Did you have to go to Home Depot that day, or was it one of them times when y'all had time to meet up and you had to figure out something to do?
Yeah, my door broke at the
that
crib.
Same day?
All
right.
Actually happened the day before. Wifey was on my ass about it. Yo, you gotta get that door fixed.
Absolutely.
I got a baby in the crib, so can't have him opening the door and things like that. So yeah, So
did that derail what you planned on doing? Did you have a different plan for what y'all was going to do, and then it was like, well, I got to do what the house need?
Nah, so we knew that he just needed to get footage of me going through daily life.
So it ain't
activity. So it was shot to be like a reality show, kind of in a sense where you're following, Jersey Shore, like those guys, you following them around throughout their day doing gym tanning and laundry and things like that.
Yeah, but we don't do that.
Nah. I really had to go to Home Depot though to fix the door, man. So I was like, you know what? You might as well tag along if you need some footage, and we'll try to freestyle in the aisles and whatnot, and act like we coming up with bars.
It was hilarious. You almost drowned yourself on a couple of the bars.
But it's the process, right? It's definitely
There's nothing wrong
to
with
document
it,
the process of how we come up with these bars and things like that. It's interesting. Everybody has their own process. You know what I'm saying?
I used to work in Home Depot. I actually used to work in hardware.
Yeah.
So the whole time you in there, you like, I need doorknobs. I'm like, he in the wrong section. I'm like, bro, that's not what
Home for you.
yeah. But I'm trying not to judge you. Cause like you human and I'm a former worker. Yeah. But then you walked into the yard looking for lumber. I'm like, it's not over there. It wasn't, was it?
It was, I don't even remember, bro.
It was firewood and that's it.
It was firewood. Yeah. We was actually looking for firewood.
Okay.
But throughout the series, I had said
you
something
kept
about
saying wood and lumber.
And I was like, oh shit, nah, that's a pause moment.
Yeah, I told you almost drowned yourself.
So I chose the wrong word.
I'm looking like, I bet you he on Aramingo. Then you go to my liquor store. I'm like, God damn. You talking about I'm a wino. No, I really enjoyed watching it. And one thing that I thought while I was watching it was, this man said, I'm going to order the tacos. First of all, you parked to do that. You the most responsible driver in the world to do that. Then you realized you was tripping. But you called a pizza spot for tacos.
Yeah. It's a Mexican-owned spot, and they just so happen to make pizza and tacos and empanadas.
And you never had their pizza.
Never, nah.
Yo, this is amazing.
Nah, but you know how you got them spots that you go to for specific things and whatnot, you know? I call Benetoui's on Hunting Park for the pizza and the wings.
Yeah.
I go to that Mexican spot for the tacos, and you know, you got the Chinese spot you go to for the General Toast.
Absolutely. But that was funny because I'm like, he's calling a pizza store, yo. He's calling a pizza store. Yeah. And then you went there, you explained it, and I'm like, it was really just a pizza store he never ate the pizza from. I thought that was fly. I thought that was so fire.
Yeah, we hung out on the corner.
But one thing that was big in there was you jumped into the spoken word realm. Yeah. How often do you do that?
As much as I can. I mean, that's kind of how I started back in the day. So I went to Kensington High School, but at the time I went, Kensington split up into 3 schools. You got culinary Kensington, you got creative and performing arts, and then you got business.
Was that more productive than how they ran before? You think that was smarter?
Well, I was the first class to graduate from that split up.
From that program?
Yeah, so I didn't even get to experience the actual transition. Right, exactly.
Right. But I think that would make more sense because we got away from trades in society.
I agree.
I
agree. Masbomb used to be one of the biggest schools in Philly. Absolutely.
And Dobbins and Randolph.
Yeah, exactly. But I ended up going to the creative and performing arts Kensington. And there was a lot of poetry slam guys that I kind of was going to high school with. And, jumping into it. Once I met my man Link, L1NK215.
Same guy.
Turns out he's a big fan of poetry too, but he's actually in the mix.
He one of them.
Yeah. And once we met Young Bob and we realized Young Bob was in the world of poetry, it just Headshot Young Bob.
I ain't know he was
on my channel. Yeah.
I ain't know he was in the poet. That's fly.
Yeah, he hosts.
Shout out to Bob, man. Pioneer in the city.
Every first Friday of the month. It's called Introduce Yourself.
Dope.
First Friday.
I'm gonna pull up. Watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna pull up. So ever since high school, you had the bug.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's dope. Cause some people like you might mistakenly just you on a debate team and now you like, oh, this shit dope. Like stuff that seemed sketchy or corny or maybe like I can't really do that.
Yeah.
The exposure is a motherfucker because we talented and we intelligent and there's gifts that we don't know how to uncover.
Absolutely. I think just to piggyback off of that is like it's I think, you know, hip hop, just being a fan of hip hop, period, we know it's poetry and motion.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You just take
storytelling.
The beat away.
Yeah.
That's what battle rap is. It's kind of acapella. You take the beat away and create your own kind of harmony and whatnot. And that's what poetry is. Poetry is, in a sense, where you can battle anything in the world, you know, and kind of get your point across. Whatnot.
Battle rap is like a solo at an opera mixed with competitive stand-up. It's the weirdest shit in the world.
That's a hell of a way to pull it.
It is because the light on you, but you're not there by yourself. But it's nothing to help you.
Yeah.
If your voice break, it means something. Like, you know what I'm saying? People expect this certain, when you hit this, it's supposed to sound like this. When you do this, it's supposed to sound, if you don't sound like you confident when you do that, oh shit!
You could tell the crack. I got certain bars where I even now look at it like I probably shouldn't have wrote that, and I see it the way I deliver it is like
You ain't even feel that way.
Yeah, you know, I had a timestamp on it. You know what I'm saying? So
But I think that's fly because when I was in middle school, we had creative writing.
okay.
And they used to want us to write different, they taught us different forms of poetry, sonnets, haikus, all of that type of stuff. And then, like, the creative, like, you write whatever you want. I always wanted to write raps.
Yeah.
So I had a teacher that said, as long as you write a story, you can write a rap. And if you behave, I'll let you rap it to the class.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was
like,
that kid too. I
Stuff
was
starts
that kid.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you was on the same time.
I was on the same type of time.
Yeah.
I was so good at English, they put me in AP English,
Mm-hmm,
advanced placement English. I was a Shakespearean boy where I could change my voice and talk like Hamlet. And
Oh,
get
you
into
were
the
there?
whole- Yeah, I was. You know,
You was
there.
built for this life you live now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a practice. Everything we do is a repetition, you know. So I'm just actively trying to get better at it. You know?
Is English your first language?
Yeah.
What's your nationality?
I'm Puerto Rican.
Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I'm more PHILARICAN than anything. Though.
That's a thing.
Just because I was born, raised in Philly, and English was my first language, everybody that was around me was predominantly black, and even though Latino, but they was more like PHILARICANs too. So yeah,
No, I know what you mean 100%. Because even like, I went to school with some Asians and Cambodian boys, and you had some that was really connected to they roots and all of that. You have a lot that respected it, but they was more like us.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And they carried it like us. And they didn't get along with each other, but they fucked with us. It was weird. It was weird. I didn't know we had gangs in Philly until I started talking to like certain Asian bulls.
Yeah, them Alani guys, them little guys, a lot of Cambodians up there that I met. It's just they with the shits, and they more hood than the hood motherfucker you know from the hood.
Yup. Like literally, like you see their car and be like, yeah, leave him alone.
Yep,
You know what that mean.
I agree.
Yep. He leave that jaw running double park, you leave it right there. Don't look at it. Crazy.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So I see you said I know you from battle rapping. I met you formally at 1122 that time at a battle. And you said you've been battling for 10 years.
I probably rounded up. I be
So
rounding
we
up.
around 8, 9?
Maybe 7, 8.
I feel like every battle rapper say 10 years.
Yeah, it's easy to round up. You know, it is what it is. About 7, 8. You know, I couldn't tell you exactly off top, but
So similar to comedy, what gives you the balls to get the fuck up there and let somebody spit in your face and talk crazy to you, knowing that you a bull?
that's a loaded question right there.
I know. I'm here for those. I'm not spicy, but I'm direct.
Nah, I mean, to be honest, man, it's just the love of it. Like, I don't know, you know, I remember we was all that young boys just watching the Mooks and watching the Luxes and watching the Fight Clubs and the Lions Dens and
Right.
just watching it. But you know, at the time, I was always into that pen work too. You know, the moment I pick up a book, you know, I was a man Harry Potter boy, just a creative boy that was just into casting spells on my mom and shit, you know. Oh. But like just that
We used to torture our moms. Go ahead.
yeah, no, that's a fact. But when I dove into high school, Kensington Creative and Performing Arts, that's when I was like able to jump on stage and be a part of a play. I'll tell you, I played Hamlet. Like, you know, I did my thing. I tried to do my
That's
thing.
dope.
At least.
No, you probably did good at that level.
But then, you know, coming from where we come from, everybody rap for real. Like, you know, I know homeless guys that could just drop a
Got a
16.
snap. Yup.
Yeah, go crazy.
You will reach in your pocket when he done spit.
So when you hanging around other guys that's rapping, it's only right that you try to dabble into it too. But truth be told, I don't know what gave me the balls to jump into my first battle, bro. I had recently found out there was leagues in the city, and I was kind of oblivious to what was going on in the city. I only knew what was the mainstream URL and those mainstream guys. I didn't even realize there was a Trap House Philly. I didn't know that there was a CBD. I don't even know all the names of it. but
Right.
like I knew of Too Raw for the Streets because those were the DVDs and the other ones, but I didn't know like at this time, which was like 2015 or whatever. I didn't know there was active leagues in the city until I had gotten Facebook.
Yeah, because they was big on Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah, when I got on Facebook, I learned that there was all kind of battle rap groups and leagues and just group chats and feeds and.
Don't feel bad though, because you know what happened with me? Like, Caution is little sis. You know what I'm saying? Lady Caution. And I had a conversation with her. Definitely shout out to sis. I had a conversation with her one time, and I think I was interviewing her probably on Glockaware. And she started naming all these leagues, and I thought they was people, and you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, battle rappers got wild names. I'm like, who that? What's that?
I understand.
And she broke it down. She said similar to you, like, man, these Facebook groups and this, that, and the third. Like, you realize it. And I realized that I had a network of quite a few people I care about that's in that realm, that's battle rappers and stuff like that. Yeah. I'm like, I gotta know a little more. And then COVID hit, and I had time to like catch up on all the behind the scenes and blogs and all of that type of shit. And then you like, oh, they saying different names every time. You know what I mean? I didn't know neither, bro. I was late, and I thought I was hip because I was on it since Too Raw for the Streets.
Exactly. I think there was a gap in my
like a blind spot.
There was definitely a gap. Like the older I got, you know how that moment where you realized wrestling was fake, and you started to kind of like
man.
fall
there
back
was a
from
point where we didn't like that form of battle rap. It was like,
and it was only like I was still rapping in the streets and still battling with my homies. I would battle in the army, in the jail. It was
but that's verse for verse. That's trading bars.
Trading bars.
Yeah.
But like I said, once I got a Facebook, you know, regular social media shit, I jumped. I seen the Trap House Philly joint. Trap House Philly. Shout out to Bones. He had a league on it. It was an event May 25th.
Bones was in DC with us too.
Oh
my God.
Yeah, hell yeah. But ironically he's the one that gave me my first on the camera battle.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Trap House Philly Prophet versus. I got 3 battles on there. And after my 3rd battle on Trap House, that's when I went to URL. And then
that's fast.
Yeah.
Especially at the point that you talking about you started at. It wasn't that easy at that time.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
You had to be one of them. You had to have
learn
something.
all that too. That these guys were waiting.
You was like, "Oh, this ain't normal."
I realized there was guys waiting in line, and then after my 3rd battle on camera, I got straight to a PG. And you can imagine the position I was in to be excited about it, but also see motherfuckers waiting in the line that been waiting for hours to get in this club. And you know, you see that bull just pass everybody's line.
And niggas don't know who you is yet.
I don't even know who I am yet. I'm still trying to find myself. You know, I'm still working in the jail at the time. My first 3
You was a
battles,
CO?
I was a corrections officer.
Okay.
Yeah, SCI Graterford. At the fort. Shout out to the fort. They closed down, but I had when they were closing down, I knew I wasn't trying to move to the new jail.
I heard that.
You know what I'm saying?
I heard
After I done
that.
took a tour of the new jail, I was like, oh, this ain't the fort no more.
It's different.
This is gonna be different. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I've been rapping with lifers, rapping with all kind of dudes.
So you was spitting against the inmates while you was in it?
Yeah.
Oh, you was a cool CO.
I wasn't that I was cool. I was just being myself.
But you couldn't have been a sucker if you was willing to let your guard down to a certain extent.
I didn't let my guard down. I mean, you can't let your guard down.
So rapping with them, because you know they say once you start rapping in jail, motherfuckers think you a jukebox.
all I know is that it's like-minded individuals is always gonna relate no matter
I like
where
that.
you at, right? And
I like that.
I'm a fan of hip hop. Whether I'm on this side of the wall or that side of the wall,
The
if
energy
you a
gonna
fan
catch
of
you.
hip hop,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about DMX. We're gonna talk about Nas, especially when you got nothing to do all day
But kill time.
but kill time. So I'm battling dudes. They coming at me like, yo, you know what? We start battling for soups and shit. You know, I can't even get into all of it.
I'm about to say, I don't even think that's legal, but go ahead.
We can't get into all of it. But it was just, it was a lot of dopeness going around. But the jail, it was rumors that the jail was going to close down. So they started letting us take tours of the new jail. And I'm just like, this shit is like some new pod shit at the fort.
Anytime they let y'all tour it, it's a reason. They know it's different.
Yeah, no, we knew it was shutting down.
Yeah, like
We knew
they,
the fort
but
was-
they like, yo, these motherfuckers might not like this. Let's let them make a decision now.
And it was already bad enough. I'm the only one in uniform rapping in a circle full of everybody wearing browns.
Which is weird.
Yeah.
I fuck with it though. That's hip hop.
Yeah, I wasn't mad at it. That's why I have no problem rapping about it on stage. You tune into my battles.
That's the
I'm
same shit
talking
Ace
about it.
Amin be saying.
Yeah, I talk
And Big
about
K.
it.
That's the same shit they say.
I talk about it. Fuck it.
That's dope, yo.
But even the perception of that is like, I've seen hate come from just motherfuckers knowing that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? They won't even want to hear me rap if they know that. You know
I
how
know what
people
you
go
mean.
to an event with the idea to boo or create some
Yeah, I know what you.
awkwardness.
Especially in battle rap.
Yeah, so I'm dealing with the pressure of or the anxiety that could come from, like, I'm about to step on stage to perform my bars, and I got to fight against the perception of me being a guard at one point, and even
Yeah.
though I'm rapping about it, I would tell you, I would be the first one to tell
As
you.
you should. As you should. Face it head on. Can't nobody use it against you.
But they did. They have.
No,
It is
they'll
what it is.
try, but
yeah.
it's like when I was a kid, my mom said they keep messing with you because you keep getting upset.
Yeah.
If you laugh, it wouldn't be so much fun to keep fucking with you.
That's what made me keep going, though. I ain't gonna lie. It's like y'all don't even know me. For real. They try to figure out how my name and my face is on all these flyers in the city.
Yeah,
And I was working in the jail that was
yeah.
in the city.
No, I'm right on with
I was
them.
just like, well, you know, if you knew the guys I knew or met the people that I've met, or if you met me personally, you probably...
But that's Philly shit, bro. The city ain't but so big. Like you got access to whatever the fuck you need to do out here. If you outside,
Oh, that's a fact.
if you could be a square, but you know the motherfuckers that's throwing this and doing that, and you could be a part of that. Like it ain't that deep.
That's
Ain't
like
that
shout out to
far.
my man Link. He always says like,
Pass that lighter back.
I'm not a street nigga. I'm a nigga from the streets. It's a big difference.
Absolutely.
You know.
Perspective is a motherfucker.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Perspective is a motherfucker. But like, even when you say you ain't know who you were, like there's shock value in just you presenting, right? You're not short. You tall. You a light skinned boy with a heavy voice.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's already like, oh shit. And then knowing where you from, it's like he probably with the shits too. So he not a light skinned bull that's just talking with a heavy presence. Like you might, but then you witty. So it's like no, they ain't know how to take you neither, nigga. You had 5 assumptions that you broke probably the first time you spit around in front of like major people.
There's a
like
lot of stereotypes that came with that.
I know they was like, nigga,
Yeah.
when you walked up there, I ain't know.
Yeah, I mean, even like my first battle or my third one, the one that got me to PG, Twerk was hosting the battle, Prophet versus Juno on Trap House Philly.
Which is awesome for Twerk to host you. I
Yeah,
like that.
and
I like
he's
that.
the one, like, you could tell, you watched the battle, he got excited and whatnot, and after the battle, he ended up calling Norbs. He's the one that made the call to Norbs, and Norbs...
That's how you skip the line.
I ain't know what was gonna happen. I know after the battle was over, it was lit. If you watch the battle, you're gonna see why it was lit. Like the whole crowd was just involved with the battle. It's what made me fall in love with it even more. That battle. That's my favorite. One of my favorites.
But it's not our job to know. It's our job to present.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Because I think the crowd they don't know what they want until we don't know what we want until we receive it. for
Absolutely.
real, you know, that's
Unless you're predictable, and then that's corny. That's not. You don't want to be that guy. Because you know there are certain guys, and we've seen it, especially when they slacking. They know they got a couple superpower moves they could pull out, and they'll do it when nothing's going on.
Yeah.
And you'll see the reaction. He's like, "That's all y'all want from this motherfucker."
right.
He rapping his ass off against homeboy right now. Like, stop doing that. You've seen that. Oh, hold on. Let me get you situated. Get you situated. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. But
I like to get a bottle of water in before
I understand.
I throw down.
I understand. You said you was a wino on the video though. I got wine too. Like we ain't got the.
I'm with it. You know, I drink. You know, I respect the hospitality, man. So you know, you got a plate for me. Who am I to be like, I'll eat this? You know.
Nah, I heard that. I heard that. So three battles in UURL, right? Mm-hmm. What is it like? Because you said you didn't know who you were yet, and you also didn't really know what to expect process-wise. So now you in PG. Norbs has directed you to the PG. What's that like? What's the transition like? Like, how do you handle that? Because URL is like follow the yellow brick road, but then when you get there, the wizard ain't the wizard. You see what I'm saying?
I know everybody had their own experiences, and I try to like even with the army, right? You could have 2 guys come from the same hood, join the army, and go through the same process and go through the same
Absolutely.
boot camp, and they each will come out differently.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I'm a firm believer of personal perception and individuality.
And when I say the wizard ain't the wizard, I don't mean it has to be negative either.
Yeah, no,
It's just you
nothing
don't know
expected.
till you over there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
But this is basically I'm not speaking for everybody.
Right.
I didn't really have a relationship with Norbs or any of those guys. I'm just meeting all of our favorite battle rappers too
You get
at the
pushed
same
through,
time. Right?
meeting
Like,
people as you go.
and he booked 3 battles for me on the PGs and whatnot. But at the same time, it's not like I'm having conversations with him to get to know who he is. He just hit
It's
me
business.
up, boom. So even then, like I just there was a lot of things in the business side that I didn't know. Like outside of doing the PGs and going to a smaller league, how much do you charge?
Right.
Things like that. Like,
Yeah, that's what I would think would be a problem. First and foremost, how do I handle business now that I'm affiliated, associated with y'all?
Yeah, and then the finances of this shit is always like the best kept secret. Nobody talk, and if they do, it's like Luck saying, "Yeah, I get 50,000 to battle," or Mook. Or
Mook saying they ain't gotta pay me 60.
Yeah, 450,000 to battle and things like. I don't know if that's
I got
true
a
or not.
percentage of the pay per view. I got a percentage of the company. Like niggas say all type of shit now.
Yeah, and then you start doing all these extra equations in your head, like, all right, if this is many views, and then he gets 450,000.
Yeah, that's 1200.
That's $32 a view. Is that what that is?
That's 1200 look real weird to you. You like, hold up, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that 500 even sometimes. Like,
500 look crazy.
because you also go from when you was battling in the streets and in the jails, not getting paid a dime,
Nothing.
to
Right.
actually getting 500, 1,200.
And getting immediate gratification. Feeling like you probably making progress and you building towards something to where you
go
could
into the
argue for
YouTube
30.
Comments, sometimes those positive comments could do something to you where you just like, oh yeah.
Absolutely.
And I hadn't received none of that prior to that, so I was really trying to figure it out myself. But then you start realizing that there's a lot of people in this industry and in this world that would do anything to get that spot.
Yeah.
Even if it
And you
means
walking
time.
past them in line and they like, who is the light skin boy? I'm telling you, like,
and then you kind
wow.
of start to lose focus. And you like, yo, the real reason I got into this shit was to just see
Get
if
my
I
shit
could
off.
get my shit off and see if I could, hang with the best of them. And then you start shifting from that to the politics. You start, people not mentioning you in blogs or lists or things, but you like, you go through that emotional roller coaster. It's like, I'm not getting the gratification I should be getting from the people you think it matters, right?
But
Like,
you're in limbo though, because you go from something that's a hobby to something that could be a decent hustle to something that, if you handle it right, could possibly be a career. Because what's a career? It's something you do for 5 to 10 years. Like it ain't always about retiring from that motherfucker. You see what I'm
it
saying?
depends on what a career means to you, because
If
for
you
me,
compare
was
it
a
to
hobby.
sports,
And now to this point, to be real, it's more like a paid hobby for me now.
and that's cool,
And even when I'm
which makes
going-
it similar to a hustle.
Yeah, your side hustle type situation. Yeah. But I mean, going through that, all I'm saying is like it was kind of an emotional roller coaster. It was like just fighting for what I love to do and battling the motherfuckers that don't want to see you shine. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta just kind of.
Who do you bounce that off of? You don't have conversations with Norbs, and at that point, you really can't probably trust him in a business sense. Of what you should
I only
do
brought
with
it up
your
because
business.
I got to a point where I didn't trust nobody.
So there's nobody to talk to
Nobody.
about it.
Because I didn't see motherfuckers argue to stand in front of the camera. Like,
Yeah.
"No, I was standing here first,
Yeah,
man. No, I
yeah.
was standing here, man.
Yeah.
And they not even battling.
I was at a battle yesterday. Shout out to C Cash. We was in New York yesterday.
Shout out to C Cash, my man. I fuck with him.
He was in New York yesterday.
Nice. Yeah, I fuck with him.
But I see it.
Yeah, and man, I forgot what I was going
You talking about you seeing people just volleying for spots to be on the camera, so you don't know how to handle that shit.
Yeah, so to me, they're unapproachable. Well, I don't approach them. I just choose not to have conversations with people because I assume that a lot of people in this world were wrestlers or like in a sense, right?
Right. So you chose the path of least resistance.
Yeah, now I'm just more focused on bars, like and then not realizing. Shout out to Wing the Truth, one of the RBE partners over there. She has this idea where it should be.
That's Wing whole name.
Yeah, Wing the Truth.
I hear niggas say Wing all the time.
Yeah,
all right,
Wing
all
the
right,
Truth
cool.
_ the breakdown on Instagram. That's it for Instagram.
That name is a paragraph. Word.
She kind of set a standard for those guys coming up under their process, and where it's 70% promotion and marketing and 30% raps. Even though I kind of argue with him, I'm like, well, it should be 70%. It should be more bars over everything. That's how I feel.
But that's also how we feel about the rap business, but it's business over rap. Yeah.
Yeah. So I forgot what I was going at. Really.
No, but see, I keep cutting you off. That's
Nah,
my
you
fault.
good. We have a conversation.
But no, you was talking towards you didn't trust anybody at the time, and then
Yeah.
Wing set the precedent to look at it from a different
Yeah.
different from when you thought it was just focused on your bars, because now promo is a big motherfucking thing.
Yeah.
But everybody can't promo, and everybody isn't necessarily marketable. There's more people marketable in battle rap that wouldn't be mainstream marketable, so to speak.
Yeah.
But it's not everybody's personality. It's not. A lot of people have real jobs and 8 kids. Like it's a lot that go into 70% promo. Like that's kind of like.
Well, and I'm a guy that's gonna always say bars over everything. And if you ain't got good
you
bars
from
or
Philly,
performance, then what are you gonna market if you ain't got like what's the promo behind?
But how do you find your promo angle? Because it's people, you got Gwitties, you got all type of people, verbs, all type of people that promo differently.
Yeah, it's a lot of different blueprints already out here that we could follow. But I ain't never really been the boy to follow like the trend of styles, characters. I've really trying to find my own character. I troll every now and then, you know, like when I jump on the Twitter Spaces and those guys.
I'm about to say it got to be on Twitter because I follow you on the gram.
Yeah, Twitter because that's like the marketing behind RBE and the bricks and the intakes and what they got going on is
shout out ARP
solely on not solely but predominantly on Spaces on Twitter Spaces.
Yeah, that became a big thing.
Yeah, and they kind
rap.
of use that to judge your marketing as well. So if you're not really involved,
so they tell you
in
go in there and
space,
start an argument with somebody, see if you could drum up some traction.
I never really had that conversation with nobody, but if you go in there, they just start
like
going in on
everybody's in there trying to pick a battle.
Yeah, and then everybody trying to want your spot too. If you a brick or whatever, you representing for the bricks, that's kind of solidified contractors on RBE, and you're an intake, which is like a rookie trying to come into the process and become a brick. And I'm gonna be on Spaces all day, like, Prophet, you don't get your nut ass the fuck out of here. What? Hold on, let me request a microphone and shit. And you start fighting back and things like that. And but I nobody ever really told me, yo, go start it. I would never even do that. You know what I'm saying? I've been offered like all kind of shit to do, and I'm just like,
is Caution the biggest voice for the bricks?
Lady Caution, not
no,
Lady Caution.
the Caution,
Shout out to Lady
the
Caution.
other Caution with a K.
Caution.
Yeah.
I guess
I feel like she screamed that brick shit more than everybody.
All of them really do. Listen,
and shout out to my guy Jers, that's RBE and all that.
Yeah, shout out to Jers.
But Caution be yelling that brick shit like
she's definitely
like she got a new gang.
Brand. Yeah.
I like her for that, and she get busy.
No,
she get busy. She get busy.
I like it because sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. It is what it is. But I like her and a couple other people because they really hold that shit down. That brand.
Yeah, it means they make it mean something to the people.
Throwing bricks at you together. Like if somebody tweet about them the wrong way, the whole gang jumping on you. You know what I'm saying? And I like that. I also like the toxic shit too. So I jump on there just to get my shit off. Like, fuck out of it, you can't see me. Like, you know what I'm saying? And, but I even talk about that on the journey with my man Link 215.
But you got enough sense to know that I'm yelling through a phone, so let's keep it in perspective. I'm not going to say nothing on here that I wouldn't say if I figured I would see you tomorrow.
Yeah, that'd be the thing.
Motherfuckers get carried away. They start yelling at their phone. They forget there's people on the other side of that joint. Like, you tripping, homie.
Forget we talking about bars and performances.
Yeah,
anyway,
we ain't got no real problems.
The trolling you really do it just be geared around bars and performance.
Absolutely.
Some people just start throwing the SMDs around and
all that. Them joints fly through battle rap.
Yeah, you got it. But you know what I notice, people in this world, they respect disrespect. You know what I'm saying? They
I know whenever I went to a new school, I knew the first time I had a problem, I had to wreck shop for everybody to see. And then I wouldn't have to keep going through that shit no more.
It's the same in the streets, right? It's like people respect violence. You know what I'm saying?
They do. And it's crazy because sometimes it draws more negative attention to you. But when people realize that you do it for purpose and not for the look, they got to respect it and check it.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Speaking of messy, though, because you say you like the messy stuff, Twerk hosts your joint. Cause Norbs for you.
Right.
And next thing we know, Twerk got Norbs shitting on himself.
Yeah.
Outside a URL event.
Yeah.
Was that ironic as fuck for you? Like, I thought y'all was boys. Like,
nah, I
know I ain't know y'all like that, but I thought y'all was good.
Well, I just got finished telling you, I didn't really have a relationship with any of them guys. For
Yeah.
real. I met Twerk at that battle. He was hyped about
But
the
did
battle.
you see what he ran down on Norbs?
I was there, no.
You didn't see
seen
the
it just like
coverage
y'all.
of it?
I seen that whole...
How did you feel? You didn't have a personal reaction to
I
it?
said, damn, there goes my plug.
Whoops, there goes another apple tree.
Well, you know what I'm saying? There go my plug. That was really he opened the door for me to step into that world on a different level.
And you kind of knew it was over for him with URL when he got into it with Twerk.
I mean, not necessarily.
Is that an assumed outcome?
Not necessarily, because later on they have reached out to me again. Another staff member and whatnot. He reached out to me, try to book a situation. I ended up driving down to Virginia, and boy, no showed. So it was like 15 of us that drove down there.
See, man,
And,
that'd be the nut shit.
Never went down. They tried to reschedule it again, but I ain't gonna lie. I took it kind of personal. I ain't battling the bull. Like, you already know. I drove. It was 15 of us driving down like a convoy down to Virginia, ready to go.
That's a lot for nothing.
But they wanted it to happen again, but this time it was gonna be in New York, and I was just like, nah, like I'm good. I'm not interested. You know what I'm saying?
And that was the last.
Nah, they hit me up again to do like a 2-on-2 situation. It was I probably could say it. I don't care, but it was Big Hand. We was I invited him over and whatnot. We was having a couple drinks and trying to just
Vibe.
build some chemistry. You know what I'm saying? At the time, I didn't think it would work. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, I don't know. There was certain bars I was trying to give him, but he ain't fuck with it. He giving me bars. I ain't So I hit them up. I was like, look, I ain't trying like. And I had never done a 2-on-2 before, neither.
Right.
Which it would have been the perfect opportunity to do it because it was going to be on the URL. And
But not if it's not right though, because
I
the
didn't wanna
bar
force
for
it.
2-on-2s is so high. You either got to be phenomenal or funny and
I
entertaining
didn't
as
want to
fuck.
force it.
Yeah, once you force it, it look like that.
I talked to Hand.
You just said
privately.
that. You said you wrote your own shit and looked back at it. It was like I probably shouldn't have wrote that. Like that was your thought.
There's some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I would have said that line differently or delivered it a different way.
If he tell you to say it, you definitely go have that look on your face.
Yeah, he had a couple bars. I was like, I don't know. And I just felt like I didn't want to force it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm all about just putting on a dope performance. I'll get into character all day, but I'm not going to sacrifice, I don't like this bar, but I'm going to say it anyway, just for filler purposes. I'm not like...
Yeah, and mind you, I'll compromise on a couple, but this is getting too many. Like, it's certain things, like you might know something I don't know, or this might fit into your delivery on how you carry things. So I'll do that to balance out what you give.
Yeah.
But at a certain point, it's like, nah, this is starting to, I'm going to feel weird as fuck, and it's going to look weird because I feel weird.
And truth be told, it's low-key, it is my fault because I made the decision not to make it happen, but I could have gave it another try.
So that was the last time they reached out for you to battle?
I think so, yeah. It might have been one more, but it wasn't that.
And you didn't have the interest on reaching out to them after that?
Not really. I mean, of course, like, you know, you want to get back on that stage. You want to get back on that platform. But again, I was going through a mistrust issue within myself, trying to figure out, I don't even trust these guys. Like, even when the boy no showed me in Virginia, they tried to book it again in New York in his home state. I'm like, my mentor was like, man, they trying to set me up. Like,
I know what you mean.
fuck out of here. I'm not even.
I know what you mean.
But how
see-
y'all booking employees that's known to no show anyway? Like,
That's
I was just
crazy.
like, and y'all trying to book him again.
And that's wild because Cash got no show yesterday. I don't know if you seen his post.
Nah, I probably didn't. I didn't
Bro,
know that. Damn.
The event
See, that's
started at
lame.
5.
That was in New York, right?
Yeah. So we get out there, you know, we semi deep. It's about 4 of us. We good. We get in the spot. They still got performances going on and all that. Bill Collector already in the building. Shout out to
Yeah,
BC.
shout
He
out to
already
BC.
there. He vibe with the people, selling his apes. He doing his thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
absolutely, yeah.
Like, I got 10 apes and I got 50 apes. I'm like, I never heard that in my life. But we looking for the ball. You go on his story. He's shooting a little video, Joe. They got fake bricks wrapped up and pistols and all that. It's like, bro, you got a battle
Like a battle is supposed to be happening right now. You
right
shooting
now,
visually,
and you
yeah.
posting it.
Oh yeah, that's like disrespect.
So he communicating, I'm on my way, I'm trying to park. 2 hours later, he ain't parked yet. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do their thing. Cash wound up just performing a record, one of his singles or whatever, and we get out of there. We get on the turnpike. Youngin hit him back. Yo, I'm here. FaceTime all on the joint. We see the background and all. What does that mean? It's 3 of y'all in the building. There's 2 people with brooms and you. What are you talking about? And his whole spill was, and this is why I'm saying it, his whole spill was, yo, we gonna make it up, man. I don't care if we gotta do it next month. This, that, and the third. What is Cash motivation to want to run through this again?
There is none. That's why I couldn't.
Do you ever check for him to do this again personally? Or is this a look that's valuable enough that when I calm down a little bit, I might hit you back. Neither.
Yeah, these are all the thoughts going through my mind.
You see what I'm
That's a
saying?
fact. That's a
So
fact.
like, it's weird when people do that and then try to reschedule, and it's like, no, I need motivation. Like now, I turn into the boy for the commercial. What's my motivation? I studied at Cambridge.
Right,
Like
exactly.
I turned into that. Like this is weird.
Yeah,
No, I
agree,
dig
though.
it.
I agree.
But that's a big thing in y'all. We went with Jers in DC. He got stood up the bull,
Yeah.
and I wound up with all the fucking battle rap platforms talking about it. That shit was crazy.
That shit was viral. At Rex and shit like that. Yeah, I was in the background of that. Yeah.
But I mean, I just don't get that shit. Like, yo, it's so the business is so new and so willy nilly, depending on everybody does business different, and then.
Yeah.
You have people that are really street homies that don't know how to conduct business, and
That's
it's
a
like
fact. That's another thing.
you
like,
bet a lot on when you spending them 2, 3, 6 weeks trying to figure out your shit that you might not even be able to use it to get paid.
I understand. It's like when I battled Jay Murder, and I had that was like a cringe
Yo.
type of battle.
Y'all two is fucking Spider-Man versus Spider-Man. What it did it do?
That's my man though. I mean, we turned out to be alright afterwards.
That's
though. Like,
hilarious. Y'all both got the light skin rough voice shit. Whoever booked that was a genius.
Yeah, no, that was definitely the academy and whatnot.
Okay, shout out to Battle Academy.
But yeah, no, you mentioned like your entourage, even like just not like them wanting you to actually steal him on stage, like yo, steal him right. And you look back like, oh shit,
No, because
they
it,
don't
it,
watch
but your
battle
entourage
after
are also, if you don't, I will.
right, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they the same way that they was in the club. Yo, you
Yeah.
and me.
Right.
That's wild, yo.
Yeah, so it get tough.
We was out there last night chilling outside, trying to, cause you know it'd be hot. We in 10 degree weather as opposed to in the building, cause it was that hot in that motherfucker.
Yeah, you bundled up and shit.
Little boy from out there walked up on one of the homies that was with me and was like, yo, man, I just wanted to say, you know what I'm saying? I seen you in there sizing me up, and I had sized you up, and you kept sizing me up. You know what I'm saying? I come on love, but you know what I mean? I was just trying to see, like, bro, you know how crazy that sound?
Yeah,
like,
that's like
bro, did you
Napoleon
just say
complex
sizing
shit.
up, sizing up, that sound like you should have swung already. Stop talking to me, bro.
Yeah, that's some pause. You should have paused him after that. Too.
Yeah.
Sizing what up? What you talking about?
And that's what Cash said. But like, he said that in the car.
yeah, like
But it's just so weird because it's like, bro, we don't do all of that. Like,
Right,
either
yeah.
you had something, you approach like that, don't play the middle, because now I'm confused.
Yeah.
But we're here for my man to do business, so now you put me in a weird
it's
position,
already bad
yo.
enough. He got no shoulder and all. Like
Like, he's still on pins and needles, pardon me.
Oh, my fault. Should have passed.
You good. You just leave it in the middle next time.
You
But
got it.
like, you see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it was like, yo, and that happens, and it just be like, the entourage got a lot to deal with just to be
Absolutely.
supporting y'all. It's shit y'all might not even be around for.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
the one that brung him. So like anything happened, low key, you responsible and all that.
man, who got the car keys? Like, it's
Had that car running.
who got the car keys? Somebody might not be taking the trip back with us. It might get bad. Man. Everybody gotta get a room. Like, it might get crazy.
It could get crazy.
Like, it is what it is. Now, one thing, I was talking to one of Tay-Rock homies, and I'm mad I don't remember his name. He do the spoken word too, though.
Okay.
Like brown skin boy with the braids. He be with Tay-Rock a lot. But
I got seen.
I was speaking about how battle rappers beef and all of that, and he was like, bro, when we out of state and we in motherfucking Detroit, it's just us.
Yeah.
If we go somewhere, your entourage and my entourage is the same entourage.
yeah.
He like, and niggas know that, bro. Like, at some point, we just gotta respect that. Is that a real thing? Like, because it's a traveling sport.
I mean, yeah. It's kind of like that in the streets, right? Like if you and your homie go take a trip, you know, he bring 2 people, you brought 3 people.
Whatever happened is all of us.
It's 5. It's 7 of us now. Like,
Yeah.
And it's kind of like that how it was with Jers, and when we went down there to battle each other, like it was like
I was gonna get to that, but go ahead.
if something go down, it's like I got you, you know. We came down here together. We gonna lead together.
Y'all
you know?
rode to a battle together to battle each other.
Yeah, I didn't expect it, but it is.
Y'all gotta be
transpired that
most strong-minded mother. Well, until I see the battle when y'all niggas hug 15 times. But y'all actually
I drink
was.
to that one.
He came to rap, and you looked like you was coming to tear his head off.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to this battle shit, I told you I take the bars and the performance serious.
But you in the passenger seat or the driver's seat looking at this nigga like, he don't even know.
Nah, I mean, it was weird for me too though, because I never done that. Like I ain't like I don't trust these motherfuckers anyway, right? And then Jers actually, I met him before we battled, right? And I had seen him at a couple events, and
He's a
he
good
always
dude.
showed love.
Good
you know
dude.
what I'm saying?
Good dude.
Even just showing love every time I meet him. You know what I'm saying? And,
Yeah.
When they booked us to battle, I was just like, okay, I know Jers. Like I'd be more worried about a motherfucker doing extra shit, trying to shoulder bump me and shit like, just getting extra with the extra.
Right.
And I felt like Jers respects the sport enough to just keep it rap.
Be a gentleman and get his shit
we
up.
done met
Yeah.
before. So, I think he ended up hitting me up. I was like, I almost didn't even answer it. I was like, man.
Trying to talk to you for this fucking battle.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers get into the mind games and shit.
Yeah.
So I didn't all the way trust him neither.
Cause Geechee do that to niggas. He be nice to you, then I know.
And then that's their way of finding out, oh, your favorite color is purple. This
girlfriend
nigga had a hole
named
in his
Tina.
sock the other day.
Oh,
Creating a
man.
whole narrative around
Yep.
something. One thing. Like,
One thing.
but I
His
answered
man
it.
said he was musty. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying? Like, I
exactly.
didn't even know that.
So, no, exactly. And it could be anything, really. Anything can and will be used against you.
Anything I can
in
make a
the battle.
joke out of is jokeable.
Absolutely. So I was a little reluctant to answer the phone, but I ended up answering it anyway. Whatever. Like, let's see what he got to say.
I like this story.
I'm into this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because even if he was playing manipulative mind game, I'm into that. You know what I mean? I got paid at one point to watch people. You know what I'm saying? Mannerisms and gestures and all kind of shit.
And manipulation.
Yeah, exactly. So I answered. He's like, "Yo, Prof, what's up, man? We boys, baby. And I'm like, all right. I can already feel like he's showing love.
He being regular Jers.
He's being regular Jers. I'm like, all right, Jers. And mind you, I haven't wrote anything yet. I'm just like, I'm trying to think of some ways to, get in my bag. Like, so he just showing me love. He's like, yeah, so we got to figure out a way to get down there. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, all right. I was still, in my mind, I'm just like, I don't even know what's going on. But all right, yeah, I got you.
Yeah, like.
And I hung up, and I just kept. One thing about me is that I'm always going to stay true to the sport. So I'm going right the way I'm going right.
Anyway.
You know what I'm saying? I could
I've
battle.
been pouring this, so I'll pour you a little
Absolutely.
more.
I feel like I'm to the point where I could battle my mom. Everybody got some shit to say to their mom.
Yo, bro, it be people saying, I'm not battling that because that's my folks. And you could battle your mom. That's crazy.
Everybody got some shit to
That's
say to
crazy.
their sister. Right?
I got a lot of shit to say to my sister.
And if you had enough balls to do it on cam, you probably would, right?
I don't got enough balls to do it in private. But
But
go
if
ahead.
If she agreed. No, but there's certain topics you won't touch on. Like, you know what I'm saying? But this is a way to spin it.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So if you notice the way I wrote for Jers, it was even he acknowledged it, afterwards and whatnot. It was like, I seen the way you spun that Julius Erving situation and all that. And in my mind, I overthought it. I did overthink the writing structure of it because I didn't want to all the way disrespect Jers. He showed me love from the gate. But we also in a contact sport, baby. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? So
Absolutely.
and so I took
It's
it.
bare knuckle boxing.
Yeah. So exactly. So I took it to where it was like it was two brothers in a sense going in the yard. Even though he's not really like my brother, but he became a guy that drew a liking to me from the.
But
gate
that's
when
the
we
battle
first
rap
met.
metaphor for battling somebody that you respect. Is even brothers gotta go to the backyard.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So I wasn't sure how he was going. I try not to even worry about what my opponent's going to use, but I know I got these things in my life that they could talk about, so I'm gonna spin it anyway in a sense where.
So can we open Pandora's box?
Hey, let's get it. We living in it.
Since Jers is somebody that you respect, and we know Jers, and we follow Jers and see a lot of things that he does. Jers does a lot.
Yeah.
Is it hard to make fun of some shit about somebody that you might actually admire or respect about them?
Nah.
Like that don't come across
Nah,
like you
bro.
don't feel weird writing some shit that's like nigga, you's a singer and a model. And it's like, but actually I like that you fucking get at it.
I don't think it is. We bid all day. We
Absolutely,
bid all day.
absolutely. But this is
Battle
for
rap is
mass consumption.
Okay.
And even though y'all are in the sport, and I'm sure Jers had no problem with nothing you said, so we ain't even tripping because y'all had a great battle. But what I'm saying, and that's for the people, because you knew
I
all that.
appreciate
already.
that. It was a
You
good
knew
battle.
that already. Yeah, it was a dope battle. I think it was a lot of buddy shit, but y'all really was up there
But
rapping.
even so, like, even to go in on that, I don't think I hugged him one time.
No, it was him kept saying, my nigga. Like, it was
Yeah,
he was giving you the
And I didn't know how to even
react to that.
Yeah, because what do you do? You're like, nigga, get off me. We in a battle. I could have did that. I'm saying there's somebody out there that's like, yo, you could have just been like, yeah, this a battle. Fuck you. But I'm like, I drove there. I don't know. I'm from Philly. Like, I can't just like I don't know, bro. It's a city of brotherly love, and even though it's it's a lot of crazy shit going on.
I don't think you handled it wrong.
Yeah, I don't think so neither. But I'm
think-
saying there's people that argue like, oh, you shouldn't have accepted a hug. Like,
But understand what I say all the time, man. 90% of motherfuckers in this world will never be on stage with attention of a full room. They don't know what they would do if they was in that position, and partially what they would do in that position might not be the right thing to do because they wasn't built for that. They haven't been there. They ain't built their way up. They haven't done spoken word and open mics and all of that to get there.
yeah, I agree. I mean, you can get caught up in all the reviews from these analysts and things
People
like
make
that.
up excuses for their anxiety. You was bitching and you threw a punch. Like
Yeah.
you made an excuse, but at the end of the day, you got overwhelmed.
Yeah, yeah.
You couldn't hold it.
Like, even that Jay Murder battle, I look back on that joint, I was like, yo, I was going through it on that stage. Like, in my mind, I'm like, I hadn't had an aggressive opponent at that time. That was he was like low key my first, the type of battler and I had never battled in front of 500. I think the Voltage Lounge could fit up to like 800 people, I think. But it was like 500 people. That was the first time I had to battle on a tall stage, too, on top of that.
Yeah, Voltage stage.
So, and then you turn around and you got my brother and my cousins like, yo, still him. They not even calling me Prophet. They calling me Mike. They're like, Mike, still him, Mike. Michael, you better still him.
You get mob orders, Italian mob shit.
So it was just a lot of people would never understand that, bro. They would never like. You ain't trying to ruin the event neither. But
No.
you low key got your big folks telling you to still a bull. Right
But that's
here,
why
right
I'm
now.
like, how? That's why my first shit was like, how you get? What gave you the heart to just be like, I can stand in front of that? Because a lot of your homies will tell you like, no, I respect it and I love battle rap, but I could never let a motherfucker.
Honestly, I got a homie. His name Noel. Hey L, shout out to you, bro.
Shout out, salute.
He's. It's funny because I grew up with him up until I was the age of like 10, and then we kind of separated. Our lives kind of went different directions, but like long story short, 15 years later, I'm driving up. I think it's Tioga and Emerald. I'm driving up, and I see him taking out the trash. So I was like, "What?" I haven't seen it. Pull over, man. I go greet him and whatnot, and I go in his crib. And no bullshit, he got like a 65-inch or whatever, and Tay-Rock versus I think it's Hollow the Dawn is on the screen. Now I just told you I've been watching battle rap my whole life, so I'm like, you don't watch battle rap,
Right.
Fuck you. He's like, what? And they just started giving me another cut. Yeah.
Like the seatbelt won't fast.
Yeah, and around that time, that's when I had gotten Facebook, and I found out there was leagues. And he was in my ear the whole time, pretty much. Just like, do it, bro, do it.
That's dope.
And I had to say that. I really had to.
No, that's fly.
Yeah,
That's fly.
He was the main one pushing me to do it.
Look at God, man.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy, like, they say people there for reasons and seasons. Y'all took a couple seasons off, got back when it was a reason to be back. You know what I mean? Like, that's divine. And like you said, it happened, and I've had a homie ride past here and do the same shit, bro. See me, yo, that was you on it. I'm making a U-turn, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I hadn't seen him in a long time. He called me through social media. You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody on the joint, but we ain't seen each other.
Yeah, it's a small world. Though.
So he hit me through the I don't want to DMs or them, but you can call on either one. He like, yo, that was you. Now he got my number.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful thing.
Shout out
man.
to social media too for that. Like,
No, absolutely.
but that's the universe, though. That's definitely the universe. I felt that way when I walked through his door after not seeing him 15 years, and he had Tay-Rock on the screen.
It was like,
let me test your battle right now. And he was on point.
but to this, like, have you taken him to battles?
Yeah, he's got pictures with some of his favorite battlers.
That's what I want to hear.
Yeah,
That's what I want to hear.
And I'm the one taking the picture for him.
Yeah,
I ain't got no,
that's fly.
Like, oh, that's Hollow the Thought. You want a picture with him? All right, bet. Yo, Hollow,
That's fly.
My man want a picture with you.
That's what he deserved. And I mean, it's bigger than pictures, but sometimes it ain't. Like,
Nah,
you know
for
what I'm
him,
saying?
and for me too. Like, I get to meet Hollow too. You know what I mean? As a
Yep.
potential battle. You know what I'm saying? I'm always up for it. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be ill if you
But-
get to battle Hollow.
Yeah, I'm with all things.
What's your I mean, three ideal battles for you if you could pick your battles, like not based on your level, your ranking or whatever. If you like, yo, I want to go mix it up with these three. Who we talking?
You know, it's funny. 'Cause shout out to the philosopher, L1NK215. I mean, my man. We have these conversations all the time. He's constantly asking me, and you know, we filmed a battle before, and he chopped it up and whatnot. And we always talked about filming a battle, doing, you know, maybe not a whole event, but just like let's
Producing your own
produce
situation.
yeah, our own situation.
not?
I
Yeah,
mean,
that's
we already
fine.
in the works of doing a lot of different
He
things.
built to do it, so yeah.
Yeah, I believe he is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I like that.
He got the motivation too. So
Yeah, shout out Link, man.
yeah, but he always asks me like, so who even if we got to drop the bag ourselves and shit. You know, I always go with Ines.
Lou.
I think that'll be on
Lou gang.
I think that'll be a
Get
good
your
joint.
cheesecake,
I think
man.
he'd be with it too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Lou would do it.
Absolutely. I think he'd be willing to do it. And then I don't know, man. Like it's so many battlers that I would like. You can name all the top tier dudes. I probably like Lux.
No, I'm talking
You know what I
about
mean?
who. Yeah, all right, Lux.
Yeah, like if Pat Stay was around. I go ahead and give that a
Rest in peace, Pat Stay, man.
Absolutely, yeah. Rest in peace.
Look at
Pat
you
Stay,
go.
man. Look at you go.
Look at you go.
So
That's one of the most illest lines and expressions in battle rap history, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
To be intelligent enough to always find a way to flip that in the shit in the middle of it. Like, that's ill, yo. Look at you.
And his
go.
charisma is always on the beat.
Unmatched.
Like when he battled Shotgun Suge, that's when I knew he was solidified in my top. Like,
What was
you
the
know,
battle where he said, I've been standing up here with a flower blazer on this whole time, and you ain't said shit yet?
That was the Suge.
That was the Suge joint. I thought it was the Suge joint. He like, you are not creative and you cannot freestyle.
Bro, he displayed exactly like he displayed everything you guys battle on that stage right there.
Yo, rest in
fuck
peace,
with it.
Pat Stay. All right, so somebody that's alive, man, you trying to cheat.
No, I didn't. I said Lux too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
you said Lux,
in there, you know what I'm
Ines,
saying?
and then you said Pat Stay, which, you know, y'all got
Nah, because that was one of the ones that I wish I could. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
yeah.
But it is what it is. You know,
No, I think it would be so fun to stand in front of Pat Stay while he grind you the fuck up.
Yeah,
as
he
long
can
as you
try-
know that you built, like, you got some shit, I
Yeah,
think
gotta-
it would be
I gotta
fun.
try to grind him the fuck up too. Cause
Yeah.
I can get in my funny bag too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's
and you still a lanky white boy. What we doing?
Let's go. Exactly. I done grew my hair out. Long hair don't care, baby. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
But yeah, I've never really had a list. I've always like, you know, of course I want to battle the legends. You know what I'm saying?
All right, well, put it in the perspective that your man said. You paying for a battle. What battles would you pay for if you had to come up with the chicken? Fuck what's the opportunity and all of that was presented to you. If you had to cut a check,
I'll probably be I'm the type of dude that will overthink it and just focus on one event where like I'm headlining with Ines and then
he
just
is
split
a
that budget
dancer.
around.
He said he'd do spoken word. He didn't say he was a ballerina. I didn't know
here we
that
go.
you danced this way.
Nah, I mean,
yo.
but like I don't
Use the
know.
box?
I love boxing. Yeah,
you
not
Puerto
that I
Rican?
use the box, but I
Oh, all right. I just thought all Puerto Ricans, they put the gloves on you at some point when you were a boy.
No, absolutely. I don't box, but I get it a little bit. You know, what
Was
I'm
that
saying?
racist? That wasn't racist. He accepted
Nah,
it.
hey, I don't see nothing racist about it. I think that's just how we was raised, man. It is what it is. I don't have a list though. Like I went eat Ness because that's like one of the Philly legends that I think is one of the underrated in the city. You know, I don't think he get enough flowers. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Young Bob. I interviewed him on my podcast and he said, you know, I'd rather give out my flowers while you still alive type shit. And that would be one of them battles for me. Where I'm still, you know what I mean, going crazy with the bars, but, you know, to try to create a classic with
You got
one of the
to,
legends,
because
you know
Lou
what
gonna
I'm
start dancing and hula
Oh, absolutely.
hooping, and he gonna shoot an arrow. You don't know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
shout out to my guy. But speaking of your podcast, one thing that I told you the first time I saw visuals from your joint, you was bodega heavy. Like
Yeah.
you was in the, and I'm like, yo, that's so fly.
Yeah, nah,
Like-
it's still available. So like
What's the name?
it's Be Your Own Hero, BYOH,
Mm-hmm.
Be Your Own Hero, and whatnot. But you know, sometimes these poppy, like you know, it'd be kind of tough to get in and do a whole episode. Like you know, I respect what you're doing because you turn your whole living room into a situation. You
Appreciate
know
it.
what I'm saying? And it's like the home base.
Mm-hmm.
So the poppy store, although I wanted it to be the home base, it's just
It's hard to manipulate.
it's tough, you know, because I'm cool with the owner, we good, everything good. It's just I don't want to stop business there neither. And every now and then, even though I bless them, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just it's like it's just unreliable, man. You know, you can't control every customer that walks in. Neither.
It's the reason why Math bought or leased that barbershop.
Yeah, I think that might be the route I have to go. To be honest, like just book a few hours and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't been opposed to doing it in other places and shooting other things. Like right now, I'm working on a documentary. It's called Shots Heard, Lives Lost. It's about the gun violence in the city of Philadelphia.
Dope.
I've interviewed people from the streets perspective, youth advocacy. Shout out to the KB Foundation. I even got a detective that's willing to talk about some things. and
Look, you
whatnot.
can't even say I talked to a detective without smirking. It's rough out here.
Yeah,
man.
nah, you gotta like really.
He said I got
Somebody gonna
detective.
mean that. Like Prophet got a wire on right now, but I'm trying to get different perspectives on the gun violence in the city and whatnot.
Well, if you find yourself missing a perspective and it's something that you think like range, filled, whatever,
Yeah.
and you don't have it, let me see if my network has it, and I'll see if I can get it for you.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm looking to interview all kind of different people. Like I can get a firefighter's perspective.
I got a couple.
A lawyer's perspective.
got
You know,
a
just
couple.
different ranges of people that would be like, well, this is my experience on.
I actually
gun
have
violence.
2 firefighters and a lawyer that I have on Deckington right now for you.
That's dope.
We could do that.
Yeah, I would.
We could
yeah,
do that. We could,
yeah.
and they dope folks.
Grab
I wouldn't
another
even.
beer on that note, okay?
Yeah, man. Please
because
grab another beer.
That's fire.
No, but I
definitely need
mean-
that because
Dope folks.
I don't want to just give my perspective, so I plan on combining my story and the things I've been through with the people I know and different perspectives throughout the city. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And just kind of create a story around that.
I think it's respectable because it's bigger than trying to expose Kensington or shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
why not do something that's constructive and productive other than just talking to people at their worst point and showing them at their worst place?
Yeah.
Like, get more voices, I like that. I like that.
Absolutely, to get a teacher's perspective, to get like a soldier's perspective. I got a couple soldiers that I've already talked to lined up, and we talking about guns too. Like, so we're not just talking about guns violence, but the responsibility that comes
Of having
with
a gun.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Introducing it into the school system as
I
not
definitely
as a
had-
gun safety program. I mean, these kids is getting guns any fucking way. We might as well teach them the proper way and the proper respect they should have.
I was about to
for
say,
them.
I had guns when I wasn't responsible enough to have them.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
felt like I was being as safe as possible because I always knew they were dangerous.
Yeah.
But I definitely wasn't as mature as I needed to be to have them at the time, if I'm being honest.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? If I'm being honest. And it's a reality. It's a reality. It's a reality. So what made you want to start a platform, a podcast?
I'm honestly, I've always been into filming, just interested in how to make a film.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that podcasting was like the first easiest way, not the easiest way, like the beginner level of just working with equipment
Shooting,
and sound.
editing. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know, I know you when you chop this up, you know, you're gonna create the subtitles and all. Like even that's a process. And once you get like a blueprint for yourself, it makes it easier.
Mm-hmm.
But I've always been interested in this technological work behind creating like a visual with sound. So I thought podcasting was just like, all right, let me get a mic, this, that, and the third, and interview and work on my character too, my marketing person, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like how to expose myself to these people on camera without making me look a certain way or in a sense. So I'm like, why not have a conversation? You know what I'm saying? Work on my character, work on my presentation skills and my words and my vernacular and the delivery of how I'm saying things. And it's been a ride. That's why I was like, you know what, we're going to do Be Your Own Hero. It's my man's idea. Shout out to Brass. He was a sergeant in the Army. First cool boy I met in the Army. I ain't going to lie, yo.
So you were in the Army.
Yeah, I was in the Army. Yeah,
You served from when to when?
I signed up 2011.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service, man.
Thank you
Appreciate
for your
you for
service,
that,
man.
man.
Appreciate you for your service.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
funny when people say that. I always thank them too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what
Why?
I'm saying? Why not? Because me being in your presence, I get a chance to learn something from you. I get a chance to. I think we all do. I mean, like even diving back into the jails where I done learned something from the crackheadest crackhead in that joint. Like the boy that's just throw it off. Like I think we all got something. Don't thank me. I thank me because I made that decision to kind of like make some moves differently and whatnot. And
No, but I appreciate it. But and I'm a whole fan, but one of the lines that I completely disagree with is "nigga, you broke. What the fuck you gonna tell me?" You know what I mean? And I understand that for that song, for that that perception of what he was trying to get off in that moment, it fit. But we also know how a dope quote become words to live by.
yeah,
To somebody that's not as knowledgeable as the person that necessarily said it for a situation. You see what I'm saying? So we wind up like we go from the wino outside the liquor store can teach you something to nigga you broke, what the fuck you gonna tell me? That's dangerous.
I think something like that could be perceived different way too, though, in a sense where it's like him saying that could ultimately be him questioning his work ethic. In a sense, what we talked about earlier when I talked about my man.
Questioning the person he's speaking to's work ethic.
Yeah, the person.
Completely possible.
You know what I'm saying?
And I vetted that point, but go ahead, get through it.
No,
Yeah.
I agree with that side of it, and I think both perceptions could be right depending on who you're talking to. But I personally, I'm like, if I hear a line like that, whoever he's talking to, he's questioning his work ethic. I mean, because there's a lot of guys that I know even now, dope writers, dope spitters, who got dreams of just being on camera and spitting. When it's as easy as buying a camera yourself and learning how to fuck with the camera and putting it out to the world. But they won't do it because of a reason, right? Like some fucking nut-ass reason.
No, I got a homie that I think is ill. And I think when it came to wordplay at one point, I was running around calling him Philadelphia Fab. Like he was so slick with the just throwing shit like, you know what I mean? And it was just different for a Philly nigga. It was more like Fab type style energy, but he was a West Philly nigga. But he one of them niggas that when he presents things to people, when he's seen, everything has to be perfect. And it got to a point where that was acceptable for a while. But then, like, a lot of people that we was good with moved up in the music and entertainment business. And it's like, bro, we could promote all these motherfuckers, put all these people in these networks and in communication and all these stages, and you don't send me a song that I could, like, you know what I mean? I used to be like, yo, just put an oar in the water.
Yeah.
Catch a wave real quick, bro.
You be more in love with that shit than they do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the shit that pisses me off. Where I'll be more in love with my homie shit than he do. Like, oh, that verse you got right there, you could use.
Bro, I would put the
that
power play behind you if you just decided you wanted to go.
Yeah. I mean, I can't tell you how many times they call me up, like, because they see me working, they see me doing things, and they like got an idea. Don't call me with an idea no more, bro.
Call me when you trying to figure something out, man. Let's make something happen.
Call me when you ready to work, for real.
Yeah.
Say you outside my crib waiting on me. You know
I heard. No, that's my thing. You know what I always tell people?
Yeah.
Make it my fault. Just one time, make it be on me. Make it I didn't show up or I didn't follow through. It ain't never been that. So far, it's been you.
Yeah.
So until it's my fault, which I'm not fighting for, like we ain't gonna keep trying and shit. Yeah. But at one time, be like, yo, I'm gonna be there, and if it don't happen, it's something he must have crashed his car.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm the type I would get obsessed over your shit. I would get like, if you tell me the idea and I fall in love with it, I'm going to get invested in it. The only thing I really need is you. And if you fall short every time, now I'm wasting my time because I could have fell in love with an idea that I created my own, like over here. Like,
and you losing respect because I'm gonna start feeling like you don't respect what you got and you don't respect what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So we gonna have an issue within. Our connection is gonna fade in a certain way.
Yeah, absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? Because when I keep it moving, you gonna be on the everybody can't go list.
That's a fact, and it's a shame.
Niggas acknowledge everybody can't go, but don't realize they put themselves on the list.
They'll be the same ones say that he changed. They be the ones like, yeah, he changed over some money or whatever. Like, you know.
How much am I supposed to gain and remain the same?
He's supposed to change.
It don't make no sense. How much am I supposed to gain and remain the same? When we was scrambling, we was scrambling. When things started providing certain little ins and outs, we went from being able to split a slice of pizza to, yo, I can buy you a cheesesteak.
Yeah.
When we get beyond the cheesesteak point, shit get real.
Yeah. Nah, that's a fact, though.
Shit get real. Like, I saw, and I ain't gonna say no names, but I saw 2 local rappers go through something years ago. And they since squashed it. But one of them had got on the phone with the other one, and he said, you don't remember that time we was in the club and I sent you them bottles? Like, he was trying to crumb him, and I'm like, bro, poor niggas give each other, buy drinks and rounds for the bar. Like a rich nigga send a bottle. Like, that's not, if you got to bring that back up, you shouldn't have sent the bottle. Like, that's just weird.
Like, if not even female, there's no disrespect. That's just like, nah, man.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird, but you never know what you up against.
But we all
man.
go through emotional roller coaster in a sense. I remember going through a point in time where I was bitter. I felt like I was the greatest at coming out the city, and I was just going through my hater bag. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out why the next man was getting opportunities over me.
And what did that do for you?
Nothing. That shit just created a terrible environment for my thought process and my.
I'm about to say, most of that shit only you had to deal with.
Absolutely. So it's like the moment I start cutting off those individuals who feel like I'd rather cut it off before it get there. I'd rather have that conversation with you, like just let you know I'm about to keep my distance.
Yeah.
And then cut it off before it gets to a certain point.
Yeah, because then toxic becomes a thing, right?
Yeah, and I don't like toxicity, man. Like, I ain't gonna front. Me and my lady, man, we do Pilates, bro. We do yoga. So I'm a fitness instructor. I went to NPTI. Shout out to
This
National
nigga
Personal
do everything.
Training
His
Institute.
Swiss Army knife.
It's right up the bully, up Red Line Road. NPTI, National Personal Training Institute. Shout out to them.
Go get right.
But they certified me. It was like a 6-month program. And
6 months. That's a commitment.
All we got is time. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
You a wise man, bro. You say that shit, but
nah, it really is because I see my family go through these health conditions like diabetes and cardiovascular disease and high blood pressure. That exists amongst the communities that's eating like shit, and we come from the communities
food does it.
that eat like shit. And you know, once I found out that a lot of these diseases were there's preventative measures you can take, like just eating more greens can help your digestive system.
Yeah.
Like just avoiding certain candies. And I'm a nut ass dude when it comes to Skittles and shit like that, because I got the sweet tooth too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I know learning that shit, it gets deep.
I read something years ago. This was years ago. There was a cancer doctor. His mom got diagnosed with cancer. And instead of treating her the way he would have treated you, he went all natural, superfoods and all of that shit, and actually wound up curing her. And that always amazed me. So even now, shout out to Trey and shout out to Chaz. I got homies they grow microgreens. They got all the superfoods and all of that right now. And it's local, it's uptown. But it's like, always knew that was a thing.
Yeah.
Like even, and I'm saying this was before, the healthy whatever was.
Before it was trending. And
yeah, like that was, I couldn't talk to my homies about it, but I peeped that. I was like, that's crazy. Also because I got an older family too.
That street perspective, they clown you just for, you eating kale, nigga? you eating carrots, dog? What the fuck?
That's hilarious because it's
funny,
true.
But it's like,
it's so true.
It's a mentality that we have to where it's
weird.
Like, Dr. Sebi came in and that the trend started.
I used to grind my mom up because she used to order pizza and used to have vegetables and shit on. I'm like, that defeats the whole purpose of pizza. Yeah. Like, pizza is supposed to be shit you ain't supposed to eat. Like, why are you putting good shit on pizza? That's just stupid. Yeah.
I encourage a lot.
But now I eat all kind of pizza. But I think pizza is like the best food ever. Like
it's beautiful.
Tacos. You can put anything on a pizza.
Yeah, it's the toppings is just endless. But like, my thing is like what I tell a lot of my clients is like, if you're really interested in what you need for your body, one of the best bets to do, the first thing I would do is to go get a blood test done, and not like your average blood test, right? You gotta like get like a breakdown of all your micronutrients, or like a breakdown of how many vitamins you have in your.
Why?
To see if you're lacking, right? So if you have like low high cholesterol. There's different vitamins that can help attack that. You know what I'm saying, and bring it down. Or you might have high HDL levels.
And these make you less at risk when you start working out, or this is
not just working out. See, 70. Some people would say it's 70% nutrients in what you eat, and only 30% exercise. Like,
that's why I lose all my homies when they get healthy.
You are what you eat. Is basically
they don't
what
want
they
to drink
saying.
no more.
You know
My
what I'm
niggas
saying?
don't be wanting to drink no more.
So you get like a
Start
blood
working
test done to see how much vitamins. You can see how much iron you have in your system. Just go to the doctor, tell them take some blood, and see how much iron is in that.
You're gonna scare people. They scared of needles, but no, I hear you.
Nah, but it can ultimately, because it's so easy to follow a diet. Is what I'm saying. People got the keto diet. Yeah, follow this, and you don't even know if that diet is beneficial to your individual body.
I believe that 100%.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
why not go
make sure you're getting what
see
you need?
What you need.
So
And
you're
give you a whole
qualified.
lineup of-
So if they bring you that, they bring you the printout, these personal business, but they can show you this.
yeah, we ain't gonna violate no HIPAA laws. Or
Yeah,
nothing like that.
and
You
you
know what I'm saying?
can strategize what they need to do based on the blood test.
As far as it gets deep, right? But based off of the blood test, you can ultimately determine what vitamins you're lacking, in a sense.
But how does that help before you start working them out?
It ain't about just working out, because that's a whole nother world. I gotta see.
He talk about what I be saying. Why not be healthy as possible?
No, that's a whole nother world, because working
Oh,
out.
that's
is
not
like,
what I was saying. My
Nah,
bad.
I'm not. You're probably on the right track. I need to
Then
say
I'm
who,
fucking with
who
you.
wrong or not, because this is a science that's still growing and developing. Everybody's individual and have their own body structure and their own issues and whatnot. But
Right.
the idea is to find out what you have going on inside your body, and see how many vitamins you have in the sample. You know what I'm saying? Okay, bet I'm low on fucking iron. You know, people take iron pills today because they're low on iron.
Absolutely.
But there's hundreds of other vitamins that
That
you could be lacking
attack
in
different
too,
things,
you know
right.
what I'm saying? A blood test will help, you know. And then you can go to Quest Diagnostics. Them Jones be like $400 for a whole, like, that's what they test these athletes and shit. You know, they put them through a whole breakdown, you know what I'm saying? Same way in the Army, you go see a physician and they analyze your whole structure and see what you're missing and what you need.
And that's your primary. It might be covered in your insurance.
And that's before we even work out, though. 'Cause
Yeah.
working out, niggas think they doing the squat the right way, and they the whole time they messing up their knees, they meniscus.
I'm about to say, well, technique.
You know what I'm saying?
If you don't have the right technique, you
like
ruin
that
yourself.
SpongeBob episode. Technique. Technique.
A lot of dudes that been working out a long time, you see them, they be like, I messed my shoulder up.
And that could have been prevented by just having proper somebody, even watching yourself in the mirror, doing just watching yourself, and even recording yourself. It's like, damn, my knees look like, when you do a squat, you're like hunched over a little bit with the bar on top of you, and then your knees are going past your toes, and you're causing shearing in the knees that could blow your whole meniscus. And it's just that's before we even get to working out, bro. We just talked about nutrients.
We getting deep. So look, bottom line,
You got it.
don't bump him too hard at a battle.
Nah, I ain't. I'm over here drinking. You know what I mean?
Nah, but I got a question though. One last question before I let you go, man. And I've had a blast talking to you, and you're more than welcome to pop up and
appreciate it.
do a Monday night live with me and just chop it up, go over some current events, have some fun.
Come up with a segment or something, man. I got
Absolutely,
some
we could do some fly shit.
That'd be fire.
What is that in your ear? Is that a razor blade?
It's a razor blade, yeah.
Is that because you Puerto Rican?
I mean, it could be. It's definitely a play on the stereotype for sure. But
It's
You know,
a
I
play
think-
on the stereotype.
Yeah,
You was a
word-
motherfucker.
words cut deep. You know what I'm saying? And it's attached to the
You
ear.
poetic motherfucker.
I'm just.
No, that's an icebreaker.
It's
Like
all-
if he was single, that's how he would get him. What is that hanging from your ear? Well, it's a metaphor. You know, I work with words, and you know, words cut deep. So this is a razor blade.
Yeah,
It's poetic justice.
Nah, I try to think deeply, man. I ain't
Love Jones.
trying to live 30,000 feet above the noise, man. That's what I'm trying to, I'm trying to elevate every time.
Might as well parachute with Redman.
Yeah, I would definitely do that. Shout out to Ray. I would love to. You know what I'm saying?
You would do that?
Why not? That's
All
on my
right.
bucket list of things to do, actually. It's $175 at a place I know. I think
So you gonna do it soon because you got a lot of
It sound like you
$175.
want to do it with me. Like,
No,
we can just
nigga,
go over
I
there
want
and
to
do
take
it.
the best pictures ever from the ground.
Nah.
I got you, my nigga. Same
Somebody
way,
said- somebody-
same way if you was on stage. I got you. I got you. You do your thing.
Somebody said it's better to be on the ground wishing you were in the sky than in the sky wishing
But she was on the ground.
Yeah, but
No, that makes sense to me. Sound like a bar to me.
fuck it, man. You know what I'm saying? What they say, YOLO, hey, what the youngest say
Hey,
today,
man, I
you
ain't
only
mad
live
at y'all,
once,
man. I ain't mad. I've been in a lot of planes, and
I'm
if-
jumping on these stages. I would love to jump in the sky, man. Fuck it, just jump in the sky. That'd be
This
kind of crazy.
nigga, you are such a poet. Yo, listen. Tell her how to follow you, keep up with you, and how to catch your battles, man.
Yeah, it's Prophet Mr. 215 on Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter. You know, we got a lot of things dropping. We just had a battle drop a couple hours ago with XO. Shout out to RBE.
Okay.
And the truth. All
I
the
ain't even
bricks
know
out
that.
there. Yeah, we also dropped the journey. That's basically the journey leading up to that battle. Shout out to my man L1NK215.
3 weeks until the battle.
Yeah, 3 weeks. 1 week. So it's actually three. It's 3 episodes. So you go on his channel, look for the playlist, The Journey, and it's 3. I'm the first 3 episodes on that joint.
Dope,
man.
dope.
And
Shout out
also-
to Link once again. I love that, yo.
Absolutely. And shout out to the other artists that's out there that want to work and do something like that. He's available. Hit him up. Tell him I sent you. You know what I'm saying? Tell him.
That part. You ain't gonna get no
Yeah.
discount, but you might get a little more respect.
Yeah, absolutely. And then coming soon, man, I got the Shots Heard, Lives Lost documentary is coming out soon. I'm working. It's currently in the development. Sammie's going to introduce me to a few folks that I can interview.
Absolutely.
And knock that out the park. And, yeah, man, it's been fun. It's been fun,
Man, I
for
had a
real.
blast with you. Like I said, man, this ain't the last time y'all gonna see my man. It just took us a while to get here, but we here now. And like I always say, man, I just appreciate you for being you. You are very intelligent and very talented, but you just lead with your heart and your energy first. And I think that sometimes that becomes difficult for people to do. You know what I mean? And I respect that about
appreciate
you
that.
because you're in a realm where you could be looked at all kind of ways because the environment is weird.
And I have
not
been,
you.
though. Remember, I told you I have been looked at all kind of ways. So
but
it's
you a
like-
good nigga, man. You a good dude,
appreciate
man.
that, man.
Appreciate you, my brother.
Appreciate you, brother.
Oh man, had a blast with my guy.
I ain't gonna lie, I didn't know what to expect.
This is Sipping
Coming
with
over here,
Sammie.
I'm
I
like,
am
this
Mr.
dude
Flash,
try to
the only
spend
the one and only
whole
Sipping
hour
with
and a
Sammie,
half,
Sam
whatever,
Malone,
just trying to clown me the whole
Barstool,
time.
Sipping with Sammie. You ain't sipping right.
Yo, you meet
Please get
people
your
like that,
fucking
right?
life
Like,
together.
I'm a different kind of funny.
like, no, you showed mad love though.
I'm a
You
different
showed
kind of
mad love.
funny, bro.
But you see, I still came. I was still with the
They say when you work with greats, you get great results. Malone, Marley the Great.
Something special, it's the way your body loves the sound. Hard to breathe or think of focus when you move around. Sitting, sipping, thinking I'm about to risk it all. You're something special, you're something special.
Special reason why we here. Otherwise wouldn't be here. Player vibes wouldn't be fair. Had to hang it up, release fans. Yeah, had my fun in the streets. Ran it up on the road. I'll be going to December, but I'm hustling back home. Found something that I care for, that I wanna be there for. Even when you at your lowest, you the one that I cheer for. Open doors, pull chairs for. In and out of airports, put it all on the line. Yeah, I'll do the time. Make sure my lady straight. Trust me, baby, we great. Skip block, shun hate. They ain't never me fake. They catch it late, get used to it. My whole life, I've been through it. Where I draw the line is where they tend to it. Where they tend to it.
Something special, it's the way your body loves the sound. Hard to breathe or think of focus when you move around. Sitting, sipping, thinking I'm about to risk it all. You're something special, you're something special. Something special, the way your body loves the sound. Hard to breathe or think of focus when you move around. Sitting, sipping, thinking I'm about to risk it all. You're something special, you're something special.
Sip, trip, live love. She the one I love. Fit tight as a glove. Cook dinner with love. Killing them in them hills. And she handle the wheels. Pray for me on stage. Homie, I got it made. Get you one, but get your own. This ain't your play. You gon' have to leave us alone. Work too hard, I groomed her. And that was after I swooned her. Business trips, I've zoomed her, and them zooms, bruh. Heavy gassing up, ready to hit the highway. High noon fly, they back on it the same day. You drunk, homie, yeah, that's what the lane say too. She slide the day, D on the same day. Stuff what they say, they ain't never met fate. They never be great. Stuff what they say, they ain't never met fate. They never be great.
Something special, it's the way your body loves the sound.